It's taking too much time. Okay, fine. You can see the screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Both.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Uh, Good morning. In the previous class, we were discussing about the structure of the C language, right? So in that, I explained very first line of the C language program must be always header files inclusion. Hash include header files inclusion by using angle brackets, and then we can have many hash defined preprocessor directives to define the constant values that can be used in your program. And next, the next line should be of your main function. I explained that every C program must contain at least one function that is nothing but the main function, where exactly the execution of the C program starts. And it follows with the open floor bracket that indicates opening of your program. Next, uh, uh, the declaration statements and the body of the program. Body of the program should be used for specifying the logic of your program, the logic for the problem that you are looking for to solve. And next, the declaration statements are like, hello, there is some disturbance from the Microsoft Teams. So the declaration statements are used to tell what type of values or the data are used in this particular program. To specify that, we use the type of statements called as declaration statements. Then the body of the program is follows as I told. It's nothing but a logic to solve any problem. So we will write like if you use like solution for quadratic equation or to find the area of circle or to find the area of rectangle or to add two numbers, multiply two numbers, divide two numbers, all the logic for the problem that you are targeting can be implemented in the body of the program. So definitely we have to study each and every line of the C program is going to have specific meaning. Hello, guys, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes,
We
sir.
can hear you, sir.
Okay. There is some problem with the internet, that's why I asked. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And so each and every line of this particular standard format or the standard structure of the C language should be studied thoroughly. So before we start that, I told C is a middle level language or sometimes called as high level language because of the reason most of the statements that you write in C language are very near to the English. Only thing is that the certain codes that you are going to use, which are language specific, like as I told, hash include, hash define, all these things cannot be understood by the layman or the common man. That's why this language can be put under the category called as middle level language. Am I clear, guys? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Google Meets? Yeah. So now, as I told, once you write your program by using high level language or middle level language, we know the truth that the computer is not going to understand any other language than that machine language. That's nothing but containing binary values, that is zeros and ones, right? So then definitely, so whatever the program that you write by using any language, that should be converted into machine understandable format. So that machine understandable format is nothing but zeros and ones. So you have to translate the language that you are trying to write as a program. From that you have to convert it into only zeros and ones. Then only your computer is going to understand the program which you wrote in by using some language. Understood, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes. Yes, sir.
So that process of translating, a program from its source language to the computer language or machine level language is called as compilation. What is the process of translating a program from one language to machine level language?
Compilation.
Compilation.
Compilation. So we need a software. We need a software for that. That software is nothing but a compiler software. Every language is going to have its own specific compilers. Say for example, C is having its own compiler, Java is having its own compiler, C Sharp is having its own compiler, Python is having its own compiler. Okay. So those compilers are the softwares which have been categorized under the system softwares only. So you cannot change the compiler program. Okay, so that's why we put under all these compilers, we put under the category called as system softwares, right? A compiler is a system software very similar to your operating system, which cannot be changed by the users. So the compilers are used for converting some source language to a machine language. This was the definition. So what is exactly the process of compilation means? Translating any program to the machine level language is nothing but, or to the binary language is nothing but called as process of compilation. Clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So before we look into the actual C program, we need to understand what is this process of compilation. It is not a simple, as simple as defining a compilation. It's a process containing at least some 4 steps. We need to understand the 4 steps of compilation. Then only we can go with the examples. Okay, so as I said, every language needs its specific compiler to translate that from that language to the machine language, so that that program can be understood by the computer system. So, what is the software which is used for C program compilation is nothing but Turbo C. You can note down we have many types of C compilers or many softwares as C compilers. One of the popular compiler that is used for editing and executing C programs is called as Turbo C. Turbo C compiler is used for what?
What, sir?
Turbo C, Turbo. Turbo C is the compiler which is used for C language programming. So, which by using that software, you can make C programming and execute the C programs. So, that compiler, Turbo C compiler, is used for translating the C language program into the machine language. Understood, guys? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Can you hear me? Google Meet?
Yes, sir.
So, what is the compiler for C language? Popular compiler for C language?
Turbo C.
Turbo C.
Turbo G.
Turbo C. Very similar to that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Very similar to that. There can be many other compilers. Like there is another software, popular software called as Borland C. Borland. Borland. Borland C. You can search. Hello, hello, Microsoft people. Can you hear me? Microsoft Teams. Are
Yes,
you
sir.
there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
this compilation, This compilation process is a basically four-step process. So as I explained, what is compilation means? The compilation is a process of converting a source code into object code. That object code is nothing but your machine code. So the machine code is otherwise called as object code. See, I will explain what is exactly this process. See, you are going to use some software to write a C program, right? As I said, Turbo C. Turbo C is the software which you use to write a C program. So all C programs can be saved as on your system with an extension called .c. What is the extension of a C program?
.c.
Hello. The
.c.
extension of the
Dot
all
C.
C files will be .c. So whichever the file you find it as .c file, that can be called as source file. Okay. So once that source file undergoes the process of compilation, two more files will be created with the same name. Or say, for example, you are going to write the first program as program1.c. So once that is compiled means it is going to create two more files with the same name with the different extension. The first file is called as program1.obj. That is nothing but object code of the C program. Object code of the C program is not going to be as in the same format of your C program, or .c file and .obj files are different, not the same. So that obj file can be understood by your computer system. That means that it has been undergone the process of compilation. So that obj format is nothing but your binary format. That file can be understood by computer system. Again, one more file is created that is called as .exe. Exe stands for executable file. So once any C program is written in your compiler software, once it is compiled, once that program has been undergone the process of compilation means how many files will be existing with the same name of the file? Hello? 3 files will be existing in the three files will be existing with the same name but with the different extension. One file is called as source file, another file is called as object file, and another file is called as executable file. A file with an extension exe is called as executable file. Okay? Am I clear, guys? Or else I have to explain once again.
Sir, can you repeat the 3
Can you
files?
hear me? Yeah. See, like once you start the C compiler and you edit a C program, you are supposed to save that file as a .c file. Say, for example, I will be writing my first program. I will name it as program1.c. So that is my source file. So once that file is written in C language with the .c extension, it has to be converted into machine level language. So I make that program to undergo a process of compilation. That process of compilation is nothing but converting that source code into machine understandable format. That is nothing but object code format. The format which contained in the file after the compilation is called as object format. Okay. So I will explain later what is this object format and all. So that obj file, see, my source file is .c file. Next, after compilation, with the program1.obj, see, with the same name of the file, another file is created in the system with extension called obj. That indicates that is the translated version of your source file. with OBJ extension, object code extension, like object code format that can be understood by your system. So which will be present in the machine code format. So after the machine code is created, you have to execute that program. Because of that, another file is created with the same name called program1.exe, that is called executable file. So once I edit the C program and execute the C, compile the C program and execute the C program, means with the same name of the file, I will have three files with different extensions. One file is .c, another file is obj file, another file is .exe. Am I clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
the first file with .c extension is called as source file. The second file with obj extension is called as object file. The third file with exe extension is called as executable file. Okay? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So say for example, I will take one C simple example. I told very first line of the code is what? C program. Very first line of the code is what? Hash include, right? Hello?
Header file.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hash
Header
include.
purple.
So there can be a many header files. In that already I have been told that there is a one header file called as stdio.h, which stands for standard input output header file. So that's been included. So we will see later what is this stdio.h file, what is its content. There can be a many of such header files. Okay. So we will see all those files and what is the purpose of including those header files to this programming environment. All these we will try to understand later. So after that, my main program starts, sorry, main function starts, and then T point or hello C programming. Okay. And this return 0 and all, you forget it. Now, hello. I
Your
cannot
voice is
see.
breaking.
Your voice is
Some
breaking,
internet,
sir.
internet problem here. No signal, proper signal. People are trying to join still in the Google Meet.
You restart the meeting, this thing program, sir, will work out.
Once again, it will take few minutes to restart. Huh?
No, sir, from code only. Now it is fine.
Now it is fine, sir. Leave it. Now it is fine.
Now
Sir.
it is fine. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now, so this is one simple example of a C program. You can see on the screen. Wait, Google Meet people cannot see the screen. I hope it's not being shared now. I told this is the reason I gave much time to join. Still, people are trying to join for the class. Yeah. So this is what the screen I was showing, right? Yeah. So this is a simple program which contains only 3 to 4 statements. Hash include stdio.h, start with main function, open brace, printf, hello C program. Close the brace, that indicates end of the program. And now what exactly this program does means it is just simply prints hello C program or hello Java T point or tutorial point, something it is going to print on the screen of the monitor. That means that it is going to give output. Output of this program is nothing but hello Java tutorial point. Am I clear, guys? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Once,
Yes, sir.
Once I execute this C program, the output of the program is nothing but whatever I write inside that printf statement. That will be printed on the display of the monitor. Say if I say hello C program, it will print hello C program. If I say hello Java program, it will say hello Java program. So now this program, the first part of this program, is nothing but a .c file. This file is nothing but a .c file. So now this file has to be undergo a process of compilation. That is nothing but this is in the format of a C language. This is not directly understood by your system. It has to be converted into machine code or machine language or binary language. So that translation is nothing but process of compilation. Once you compile this machine under the compiler, C compiler, the format of the file produced for the same file is nothing but this format. It contains only the zeros and ones. So this file is called as object file. Is it clear, guys?
Yes,
Hello?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
so this file is an object file. After that, if you want to execute a C programming file, once again, the C compiler is going to create one more file called as extension, executable file, which with that file's extension is going to be always .exe. So that file can be executed. Am I clear, guys? So remember that once you make some C programming in your computer system, the three files of the same name is going to exist with one extension called .c, another extension called as obj, another extension called as exe. How many files? Whenever you make a C program, how many files is created with the same name of the file?
Three files.
Three. So what is the extensions of those files?
Dot C. Dot
Dot
OBJ.
C, dot OBJ, dot AX.
Very good. Very good. So now this compilation process, as I said, it's a 4-step.
Sir, we can't hear you.
Sir, we
Your
can't
voice is
hear
not
you.
clear.
Sir, we can't hear you.
Most of people cannot see the screen, right?
No, sir, we can't hear you. We could see the screen, but we couldn't hear you.
Network problem. Wait, I'll check with the connection. It's been connected. There is some problem in the Microsoft Teams itself.
So now it is
Now it is
fine.
fine.
Oh, it's fine, sir.
Now
No
it is-
problem.
Okay. So, as I said, the complete process of compilation is going to include 4 steps. The first step is called as pre-processing. Next step is called as compilation or compiling. The next step is called as assembling. The next step is called as linking. So, what is the first step of the compilation process? Guys. Pre-processing, compiling, assembling and linking. PCAL. Pre-processing. So you have to remember these 4 steps to understand the next concepts. So the first step is called as pre-processing. Second step is called as compiling. The third step is called as assembling, and the fourth step is called as linking. Why? What is this pre-processing? What is this compiling? What is this assembling? What is this linking? So let us understand. All these processes are purely based on the type of lines that you write in your program. As I said, what is the hash stands for in case of the C language? Hash symbol stands for
Preprocessed directive.
preprocessor. So whatever the statements you write along with the hash symbol are called as preprocessor statements. So that means that there should be a definitely one step which should look after that preprocessor statements conversion, right? So those are called as pre-processing statements. So what exactly these pre-processing statements? What is exactly this process of preprocessor? Say, look at this statement. Look at this statement. Hash include stdio.h. So what exactly you are telling? You are telling the compiler include this stdio.h file to this particular programming environment. Now try to understand what is this stdio.h. As I said, all the files which will come with extension .h are otherwise called as library files. So that means it's been already implemented, it's been already compiled, and somewhere it is stored as with the extension as a .h file. So that already pre-implemented file, you have to use it in your
Excuse me, sir.
programming. Yeah.
So the Google people are like left.
Google Meet people are complaining, sir, that you have left the meeting.
That's what I told. That is the internet problem. Sometimes Wi-Fi is going off. Sometimes that laid internet is going off. 1 second, pa. I'll rejoin that meet and I'll start.
Okay, sir.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, sir.
Guys, now you can see.
Yes, sir.
Internet is not
Yes, sir.
proper. So now, hello. Now, what is this pre-processing? It's nothing but, see, actual process. Somebody joined now, Google Meet. No, so the first line of the C program says that hash include stdio dot. All the .h files are called as library files. So all library files comes with an extension .h. The meaning of that library files are nothing but it is nothing but already pre-implemented program, and which contains some functions or some programs which can be reused in your program for smooth execution of your program. Library means you people are going to understand, right? It's like a storage shelves where you are going to put some books and you are going to refer and keep it back. Very simple to that concept. All the library files are pre-implemented, pre-compiled, and everything. It's pre-implemented means all C programs which are have been supposed to undergo all the steps now, which been completed all those things. So it's like a final copy of the C program that can be used for execution, like that. So those files are put on the concept called as library files. Those library files will have the extension .h. So all these files has to be included. Whatever the content of that stdio.h file is there, no, that should be before processing this file. You should include into this file. That is the meaning. See, actual processing of your program starts with main function execution. Guys, are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
So actual processing of your program starts with main function. So now before processing this program, what you are supposed to do, all that process will be kept under the process called as pre-processing. This pre-processing process is going to extend your file. That means that already pre-implemented code supposed to be included to your program such that you can execute your program smoothly. Is it clear? The concept of pre-processing is clear. Before you execute your program or before the actual process of processing of your program, what is supposed to be done? So stdio.h, say a simple example. I will now itself I will make you people clear. Inside this include stdio.h main function, you have another function called as printf. You can see, right? Hello, printf, open
Yes, sir.
parenthesis,
Yes, sir.
double quotes, hello Java T point. You can see, right? It's a function. Output function it is in general called as in C language. Printf is a output function. So whatever you write inside the printf function, that can be given as a program output from your program. Okay, that can be displayed as an output for the users. So those functions are the contents of that stdio.h. stdio.h means standard input output .h. So all your input output functions related to the C program are stored in the stdio.h header file. So those functions which are available in the stdio.h that can be reused in your program. How you require, in that way you can reuse. Understood now? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So those extensions, expansions can be done by using a preprocessor statements. So that the process of preprocessing is always going to expand your program by including all the library files to your programming environment. You can understand. So the name itself indicates that it's nothing but preprocessing. That means that before the actual logic of your program is executed, what is supposed to be done for smoother execution of your program, that is done by pre-processing statements. So look at this. So next, what is this compilation? Compilation, once all the library files required for your program is added to your programming environment by pre-processing statements, the next step is nothing but translate that code into binary code. That is nothing but compilation process. After that, assembling. See, like uh, okay, let us understand all this. It's like if you use different functions, so all those functions should be assembled together in a programming environment, and that is the process of, if you use a different functions, different header files, all those files has to be brought into your file and linked together to execute your smooth program. That is called as assembly. So we will try to understand this assembling and linking later. So look at this. These four steps are linearly executed one after the other. Look at this diagram. You people will be more easily understand the process of compilation. The source code is of what type? File with an extension of what? The source code file extension is what?
Dot C.
Dot C. So that .c file will go to the compiler's preprocessor step. So that preprocessor step expands the code by including all the library files to your programming environment. Then it translates to the binary format by using the process called compiler or compilation. Then the object code is generated, and for that object code of your program, this assembler includes all the other object codes which are there in the .h files. Is it clear, guys? As I said, all your library files with extension called .h is pre-implemented, pre-compiled. After compiling, what is the format of the files will be existing? Hello? Hello? After every compilation, the format of the files you can come into picture is called as obj files, right? So all the library files which are there as .h files will contain this object code files. So those object code files are brought into the program now. So for your program assembly code, say for example, you people might write a logic for adding two numbers, that is 10 plus 20, to that program, that C program, whatever the .h files that should be linked or brought into that environment. So those object code files are brought by the assembler, because once you add 10 plus 20, you should display for the user, right? The sum of the two numbers is nothing but 30. So for that, you are going to make use of output statement or output function. So that function's assembly code or object code is linked by this brought by this assembler. So what is this linker? As I said, like we can use stdio.h file, we can use math.h file which contains all mathematical functions, right? Or some other header file which is specific to your problem. When we start looking at examples, you are going to understand how many types, what all the header files is present in the C language, what is the purpose of using these header files, all those things you people are going to understand. So now, after assembling those object codes, linker is required. What is that linker? As I said, all the functions, all the object codes which are there in your header files are linked to this environment by using a concept called as linker. Software, part of the compiler software called linker, will link all the object codes of your program as well as the library object codes to make it your executable file. So the output of the linker file is nothing but your executable file. That file can be executed in the system. Am I clear with 4 steps of the compilation process? Hello, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What is the first step of the compilation process? Pre-processing. Next step is compilation. Next step is assembler. Assembler means all the object code files, including our program as well as library files, object codes are brought together. Assembling means you will understand, right? So every object of the real time is assembled with many parts, right? So very similar to that. Assembling means bringing together. So, and then linker links each and every object file that you brought together, and then it becomes an executable file. That file can be executed in your system. Simple concept. Clear, guys? I have already been forwarded this file. You can go through these concepts once again. If you find any doubts, you can ask questions. Okay. So look at this preprocessor. The source code is the code which is written in the text editor, and the source code file is given with the extension .c. This source code is first passed to the preprocessor step of the compiler, and then the preprocessor expands this code. After expanding the code, the expanded code is passed on to the compiler. So this is exactly the meaning of pre-processing step of the compilation. Okay, which expands means it expands the required environment for executing your program. It adds some code from the library files to your program. Am I clear, guys? Ash is a preprocessor statement. Very next to that ash itself, you say include so and so file to your program. That already implemented code you include to your programming environment means definitely your program is extended, right? That is the concept. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
once
Sir, what is library file, sir?
I told now, see, you want to input your input. You have to provide an input for your program, and you have to get an output from your program. For that, we need to perform two types of operations: input operation as well as output operation. So those operations have been already implemented in the C program as input-output functions in the stdio.h library file. Library means you generally understand, right? It's nothing but a collection of books which have been arranged in the shelves, right? So you go to that particular section, which book you want, you are going to refer and keep it back. Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So you are understanding the concept. So that
Yes,
book,
sir. Yes, sir.
that book is nothing but a library book. So very similar to that, here you are going to create a file called as library file, which have been already implemented and kept in the shelf. So what exactly you are going to do? Whenever you want to use it, you just refer that file and make use of that content of that file. That is the meaning of library files. Clear, guys? Every language provides a set of library files. Especially C language is going to contain a rich set of library files. Each library file is going to serve for a different purpose. See, a very simple example, your library not containing only the books related to computer science and information science. Your library is containing books related to electronics, mechanical, all those things, right? So that is what the general concept which has been brought into this programming language also. So whatever the functions you want already pre-implemented and reuse, those files can be put in as a library files. Got my point, guys?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
Yes,
Somebody
sir.
asked question, what is header files, right? Library files.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Have you
Got, sir.
understood the
Got.
concept? Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir.
So after this pre-processing or pre-processing expansion, that output is given to the step of compiler. What is the compiler process? I have already explained. The compilation is a process of translating your code into machine level language, right? So it's being converted. Compilation is a process which converts a program from source code to the machine level language. Okay. After converting, what does assembler will do? As I said, it brings all the OBJ files together. The assembly code is converted into object code by using an assembler. The name of the object file is generated by the assembler is with the extension called OBJ. I explained, right? So Now, so along with lo.c, you are going to have another file after compilation, an object assembler code file, lo.object, right? So now this is nothing but a different format of the file, which is other than the format of your source code, which will be under the machine understandable format. As I said, most of the times it will be in terms of zeros and ones only. Okay, and then your linker comes. What exactly this linker will do means, whatever the library files like stdio.x, mat.x, all you include into your file environment, all the functions which you are going to make use of from those libraries will be linked to this programming environment by the linker. Once that linking process is completed, your execution file will be ready for execution. So output of the linker process is nothing but your exe file. So first file to be exist in the C program is .c file, that is allo.c in this particular example. Next, after compilation, your obj file come into picture, and once the linking process, as I said, if you make use of stdio.h, input output functions to be linked. If you make use of mat.h, all mathematical functions which have been pre-implemented, that should be linked to your program. So once the linking of dot library files is over, your execution file is ready. File for execution is ready, which exists with the .exe code that can be executed in your system. Am I clear, guys? So,
Yes.
in case of Windows, this step is very important. You have to remember. In case of the Windows, all the files exes will be existing with the extension exe. In case of the Linux, all the exe files are going to be indicated or used as a.out files. Hello? So here the object files are in the Linux, object files are not going to come with any extension. The exe files will be simply a.out. Like if you have compiled now program 1.c, next if you use a.out means you want the output from that file. That is the meaning in the Linux. Okay, remember this step. In the Windows, all exe files will have what is the extension exe. In the Linux, what is the executable file you have? That is called a.out. Once you come for offline classes, we start executing the programs. We will try to do some programs in Windows as well as we will try to do some programs in Linux. Okay? We will try to explore
Yes, sir.
to
Okay,
both
sir.
both the environments or both the operating systems. Fine. So any doubt in process of compilation of C program? Hello?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Hope you
No,
people are
sir.
cleared with the process of compilation C language. Yeah. So already I have been forwarded this file. Okay, from in the first class itself I forwarded IO. So just go through this concept. Hmm? So if you get any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, fine, guys.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Wait, I'll stop recording and then I'll take the attendance.